Dear students, in previous lecture we discussed construction and working of methanol oxygen fuel cell. The last part concept of this module is solid oxide fuel cell. In this slide, the diagram of solid oxide fuel cell is mentioned. Here also you can see the two compartments. This is what the anode compartment and this is what the cathode compartment. And in this fuel cell, you are using the both electrodes may be metal or maybe metal or non-metal. Usually, carbon electrodes are used or iron, silver, etc. Normal electrodes, not the noble electrodes, are used in this solid oxide fuel cell. In this fuel cell, the hydrogen gas is passed into the anode compartment. As a result of redox reaction, there is a formation of water. That is, water is drained from the anode compartment. And at cathode compartment, we are going to supply the oxygen gas for the reduction process. In between the two electrodes, you can see here, that is what the solid electrolyte, it is in the form of oxide in nature, where oxide ions are what they are moving towards the anodic compartment. Let us discuss first construction of the solid oxide fuel cell. The solid oxide fuels are using the hard ceramic compound of metal like calcium or zirconium oxides. Chemically, it is in the form of O2 minus as an electrolyte. The efficiency of this fuel cell is that 60%, means 60% of energy conversion is taking place, and its operating temperatures are about 1000 degrees Celsius. So this cell output is up to 100 kilowatt current. At such high temperature, there is no requirement of reformer for the extraction of hydrogen gas from the fuel, and a waste heat can be recycled to make the additional electric power generation. So however, at high temperature limits the use of solid oxide fuel cells, and they tend to rather large, while solid electrolyte cannot leak but they can crack. Let us discuss about the fuel. What is used at the anode compartment is what? Hydrogen gas. The electrolyte, what is using? Ceramic compounds of metal oxides. Usually we are using calcium oxide or zirconium oxides are the electrolytic compounds. The electrodes are used either carbon or any metal based electrodes except noble metals. The catalyst, what it is using here, the ceramic base as the metal, where it can provide the oxide ion for the reduction process. And the operating temperature is around 1000 degrees Celsius. And the fuel efficiency, the energy conversion by the supply of fuel is taking place 50 to 60% of energy conversion. Now let us discuss about the electrode reactions which are taking place in the solid oxide fuel cell. At anode side, we are going to supply the hydrogen gas, and which will combine with oxide ion which is provided by the electrolyte, leading to form the 1 mole of water molecule by the loss of 2 electrons. So at cathode side, half mole of oxygen, what it is supplied, undergoing reduction by taking 2 electrons provided by the anodic process, leading to form the oxide ion. Then we can write overall cell reaction as, by avoiding common ions, oxides for the reactant site, and they have been used for the oxidation process, and they have been gained by the reduction process has been cancelled. Then finally we can write the net cell reaction as 1 mole of hydrogen gas combines with half mole of oxygen gas, leading to form the 1 mole of water. Very simple redox reactions what can mention in case of solid oxide fuel cell. Let us discuss now about first the advantages. It has high efficiency for energy conversion, and it has got the long term stability, means the lifetime of solid oxide fuel cells are long as compared to other fuel cells. And fuel has got the flexibility for the energy conversion, and low emissions, as you know that the products what are getting in this fuel cell is most probable is what? That is the water. And relatively low cost for the maintenance of this fuel cell. Let us discuss about the disadvantages of the solid oxide fuel cells are what? Because of high operating temperature, which results in longer startup time to initiate the fuel cell, it needs more time to get the higher temperature. And mechanical and chemical stability issues are also there. What problem with the use of the electrolyte and electrode components. Let us discuss now about some important uses of the solid oxide fuel cells are what? As you know that the advantages mentioned in the previous slide, solid oxide fuel cells are being considered for the wide range applications, such as we can use them for the power systems, as a source of power systems for the trains, ships, vehicles, and supplying the electrical power for the residential or industrial applications. And solid oxide fuel cells are also used for the large power plants for the energy generation. And most of industrial applications, because of what resistance nature of the electrolyte to poisoning, in most of the industries we are using the solid oxide fuel cells. So with this, the construction and working of the solid oxide fuel cell is what? That is completed. The chapter number 2 from the module number 3 is what? Completed. Let us begin now chapter number 3, that is solar energy, in the next lecture of video.